if you're an entrepreneur, you've heard of this concept of burnout, but there's an element of it that a lot of people don't understand. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through what exactly that is. And it should make sense as I start making my point here, right? So when you think about someone getting burnt out, have you ever heard someone say, man, I'm so burnt out from brushing my teeth, or I'm so burnt out from eating food. I'm so burnt out from eating cake. I'm so burnt out from driving my car. You've never heard those statements because those activities aren't tied to something that's also tied to the concept of burnout. Actually, you know what? Since I brought up a car, let's talk about burning out the tires on a car. When you burn out the tires on a car, what you're essentially doing is you're keeping the car fixed, but you're turning the wheels. So your engine is running and you are trying to turn those wheels, but the car isn't going anywhere. All right, now follow me here. A lot of people who are experiencing this thing called burnout, it is because they have too much intention and expectations to the attached to the activity they're doing. Now, here are some activities that people do get burnt out from. They get burnt out from doing sales and prospecting. They get burnt out from creating content and sharing stuff publishing stuff online. They get burnt out from building businesses. And the reason why they get burnt out from those activities is because it's attached to a particular outcome. Now, the cool part about this is that the solution is detachment. Now, I'm posting this on YouTube. What's wild is that there are creators who they're genuinely creating because they want to express their thoughts online. They want to show their experiences. They genuinely want to publish content. And many of them don't get burnt out because they're doing it for a very different reason. All of the people who are getting on this very platform, and the only reason they're recording content is because they want to get more followers, or because they want to make a certain amount of money, or they want to get a certain amount of leads, or they want to, like, when they attach that activity to these outcomes and those expectations, when they don't get there fast enough, they get burnt out. Again, very different than the people who are just doing things because they genuinely do like reaching out to folks and connecting with folks. They genuinely do like solving particular problems. They genuinely do like to publish and create content and distribute it online. If you could put yourself in a condition where you can detach from those outcomes, you will decrease the likelihood of experiencing this thing called burnout. The formula is activity plus anticipated outcome equals likelihood of burnout. However, if it is activity plus enjoyment and enthusiasm equals results, or equals things that are being done, things that are being produced, now all of a sudden you're creating a very different formula here. You're doing things for a very different reason. Like I don't, when I record videos, I hardly go back and start looking at my likes and stuff, or trying to see, oh my gosh, how many leads did I get from this particular video? Now, over time, I could definitely reflect and say, hey, like, let me kind of see what's working, what's providing the most value. But I cannot be so attached to those outcomes, because what will happen is I will eventually become sort of insatiable. I will get to this point where I'm like, man, I need more likes. I need more leads. I need more conversions. And then I'm going to start feeling challenged with what I am creating, all of the activity that I am doing. And now, again, because there's so much intention attached to what I'm doing, I'm going to end up getting burnt out. What's wild, I think a lot of people get burnt out when they do when they're in sales. I think sales is, you get burnt out in sales. And a lot of people get burnt out because, again, they're doing things for the wrong reason. So just imagine you are in a position where you have to do what I call proactive outreach. This is you going out and making phone calls to say, hey, I noticed that you're experiencing this. I have a solution for you. I'd love to share with you. That activity, if you are extremely tied to the number of sales you've made or the amount of conversions you've created or pipeline, if you're too attached to that, you will eventually get burnt out. What's ironic about this is that the same activity for someone who is an evangelist, they don't get burnt out because they're doing things for a very different reason. They're not sitting here saying, oh my gosh, if less than 30% of the people convert to Christ, I'm not gonna feel good. I am burnt out. They're not saying that because they just got into a cadence and an activity of just evangelizing. If you can put yourself in that mode to just do the activity, just to evangelize, just to share what it is that you need to share, express yourself, again, you will not be in this state where there's a high likelihood of you getting burnt out. Now, if you have any questions about this stuff, as always, just hit me up. And of course, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you found value, if you made it this far in the video, you obviously found value in this content. You're telling YouTube that I'm saying dope stuff on the videos by subbing. All right, so subscribe, like, and also share some of your thoughts in the comments. All right, peace.